I'm not defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream and welcome to the home of the world champions. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. And as always, make sure you get involved in the chat. Another packed show, people. Yes, no here we go yet for Xavi Simons or Jarell Hayter. We've got the latest on both of those deals. Chelsea and RB Leipzig in advanced negotiations now for Xavi Simons, and it's progressing well, heading in a positive direction. Chelsea want to pay 34 million for Jarell Hayter. Ajax want more. Bit of work still to do on that deal. Fulham have made a formal approach to sign Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and Nicolas Jackson has been added to Newcastle's list of attacking targets, and Benfica are stepping up their pursuit of João Felix and are prepared to do a permanent deal as well. So, loads to dive into, chat. But as always, you know the score by now. But for any new viewers, make sure you check out Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Make sure you're looking fresh in the Chelsea home kit or away kit for the upcoming season. Names, numbers, patches, whatever you want on the back. Great quality, affordable prices. You've seen me wearing them. Smash the link in the description. 20% off using code BLUEBROTHER. Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Make sure you check it out, chat. Anyway, let's say hello to a few people, and then we're going to dive into all of the latest news. I got good feeling we're going to get a bomb, and here we go. Xavi Simons. Yeah, I'd say next week now. Look, I think Simons and Hayter will happen. Jackson, I still think is very unlikely to leave. No, we definitely haven't. No, I don't believe that to be the case at all. Obviously, like if it was imminent, then fine. But generally speaking, players playing in pre-season, if a transfer is close, I don't really see that being a negative for. I don't really see that being a negative. Yes, big up, brother. Hello. I don't think Newcastle will bid for Jackson, no. But yeah, anyway, over 100 in the building already. Good stuff, chat. Good stuff. Why is the Garnacho stuff not going away? I don't know is the answer to that. I suppose because there's a chance that Nico Jackson could go to Man United, although admittedly slim, in my opinion. I think that's why the Garnacho stuff is still kind of lurking around a little bit. I think that's why it's still lurking because of the Jackson situation. You know, it's still lingering. But yeah, I'd be very surprised at this stage of proceedings if Garnacho had anything to do with Chelsea. Yildiz, that report from Italy, some rogue report saying that Chelsea had made a bid for Kiernan Yildiz. We discussed it the other day. Obviously not true. And Juventus have open talks over a new deal for Kiernan Yildiz. And he is a key part of the Juve project moving forward. I knew that was I knew that was pretty rogue when I saw it, but we needed to cover it, and so yeah, it is what it is, chap. It is what it is. But yeah, that Yildiz stuff, as much as people like Yildiz and whatnot, him coming to Chelsea is nah, it's not going to happen. Big up to George for the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. What are the expectations for Chelsea this season? Quite simply put, in my opinion, do better than last season. Let's try and get a top 3 finish, challenge for the title for as long as possible. We need to be winning a domestic cup, whether that's FA Cup or League Cup, and let's try and win. Let's try and get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That would be a good season for me. Big up, brother. Hope you're well. Found an update yesterday that he's being tracked by Chelsea and one. No, he's not being tracked. He didn't say he's being tracked by Chelsea. He said 2 Premier League clubs are prepared to make a big proposal. He didn't say Chelsea's name specifically. Yeah, it's not happening, is it? Do you believe the keep story? No. I think what we need to realise here, chat, is that Chelsea's name gets used in a lot of transfers when there's no interest in the player to try and drum up a bidding war, or our name is just used as an agent tactic to try and get a better deal for their client. And that, for me, is the exact thing we're seeing here in the Donnarumma situation. I would be absolutely amazed if Donnarumma left PSG this summer. I think there's virtually zero chance of that. Yeah, it's got. This is it. It's got to be a domestic cup, stay in the title race longer. That's the next steps for us for sure. We'll get into this. I'll bring the tweet up, but it definitely didn't say Chelsea in the tweet. But yeah, anyway, chat. Let's get the latest with Xavi Simons, because there's the deal is progressing, and I know that people are impatient. I know it's boring, but these negotiations, when deals for a lot of money are taking place, it's not particularly quick. It's not particularly quick. So the first update from Fabrizio this morning, and he has since retweeted this update, which means we kind of know what that means. Understand Chelsea and RB Leipzig are now in advanced talks with Xavi Simons. Negotiations club to club progressing well. Still work to do, heading in a positive direction. Xavi is keen on the Chelsea project, with personal terms also, talks over personal terms also advanced. So that's where we are right now. Chelsea and RB Leipzig are in club-to-club talks, advanced talks for Xavi Simons. Okay, that means that the deal, chat, is heading closer. It is heading closer. It's not done yet. There's still work to be done, but the deal is absolutely getting closer, chat. It is absolutely getting closer. There's no doubt about it. Yes, Xavi Simons did play 45 minutes for RB Leipzig today against Toulouse in pre-season. I think he done reasonably well by all accounts. I don't see any issue with that. I don't subscribe to the trail of thought that, the deal can't be close because he played. Different clubs, different players will take different decisions. If Simons didn't want to play, he would have communicated to Leipzig that he didn't want to play. Jarell Hato was left out of the Ajax squad for their game against Celtic earlier in the week because of the negotiations. I think it's very much a player-by-player basis or a club-by-club basis as well in terms of the deal and in terms of that sort of thing. So Chelsea and RB Leipzig in advanced talks. That was the first update. And then there have been subsequent updates as well. And this must be from a YouTube video. And then he goes into more detail. From what I'm told, Simons talks are advancing, and we're talking about the highest people, the highest people in both clubs talking directly. Chelsea owners and RB Leipzig higher-ups. I don't think Todd Bowley's involved in discussions because he hasn't been involved in the day-to-day running of the club for a long time. I imagine Egbali's involved in conversations for sure. And then, I don't know if sporting directors get involved with Stanley Stewart. I'm not too sure. By the way, on a side note, chat, those that know, how unbelievable is Mirinda? I know it's a bit of an OG drink. Maybe people in the US or from around the world might not know about it, but in the UK, if you know about Mirinda, let me know in the chat. Grabbed one on the way home from the gym. Unbelievable. I forgot how good it was. Anyway, it might just be me, but if anyone knows Mirinda, let me know in the chat because, it's an OG drink. Unbelievable. Yeah, bro knows. Yeah. It is kind of one of them sort of drinks. Yeah. Well, it can be orange, yeah, but this one is, this is in French, the writing. I think it's strawberry. Fraise? Yeah, I think fraise is strawberry. Nah, bro, I needed a bit of a pickup because I was put myself top bins in the gym. Big sesh. Mate, 5 wings with a Mirinda. Mate, what about chicken strips or fillet burger? But, you know, I don't do that so much anymore. Anyway, good to know that I'm not on my own with the Mirinda. But, yeah, I would imagine that Egbali's involved in talks. Winstanley Stewart. Does Joe Shields get involved in conversations? I've got no idea. But the big thing here is... Bro, if you scan this QR code, you can donate through the Buy Me a Coffee thing. So this QR code in the top right of the screen, if you want to donate, you can scan that QR code and that should work. I don't think there'll be any geo blockers or sanctions on that. So if you want to donate, give it a try. Does the coffee stuff not work? Donation alert site in the description. Oh, what does that even mean? Yeah. Mate, the real ones know. But I used to watch, this is a few years ago now. Do you watch the Chicken Connoisseur on YouTube when he'd go around and try, and he'd just go around and rate all the takeaway shops? I mean, sounds well boring, but it was actually pretty good viewing. Anyway, so yeah, look, the discussions are advanced. The big dogs are involved. This will take a little bit of time because negotiations always do. It's longer than we want. But this is moving in the right direction. I don't think we have to be worried about any of this. We're just a bit of calmer on this one. You know, this will happen. Yes, an under 18 side played today down at this non-league club called, I think it's called Sholing near Southampton, a club that Levi Colwell is involved in. But it was like an under 18s / development side game. Obviously, none of the first team are doing anything until they report for training on August the 4th. No, mate, we're not going to bottle it. We're not. No, it could be, to be fair. It could be. At some point, it could be. You never know. But yeah. So yeah, the big dogs are involved in the talks. I don't think there's any danger of things not happening. Obviously, I think the biggest sticking points are always how much of the money's fixed, how much of it's in add-ons, how achievable are the add-ons. You know, because of the add-ons, there's always some that are quite achievable, and there's others that you know full well are not going to be attainable. You know, you see some rogue ones in there like Ballon d'Or add-on clauses and all that shit. You know, ones that you know that full well are not going to happen. So yeah, that was that update from Fabrizio. Then there was guys, we got more. There's more. Because apparently, again from Fabrizio, Arsenal interested in Simons and have talked to his agent. Bayern called several times this week to be informed, but Chelsea are clear favourites. So Arsenal are trying to do their thing, you know, but they need to know their place. Your place is second best to everyone. Second best to everyone. It doesn't matter. Bayern Munich, you're not those guys anymore. You are not those guys. You know, the Chelsea are the world champions. It's an exciting project. Simons watched Chelsea growing up. And I'm very confident we'll get this deal done. I do not see... look, this could come back and bite me in the arse, and I could be wrong. I do not see... Because Chelsea are in advanced talks, right, with Leipzig. If you are Arsenal and you're interested and you've spoken to the agent, I suppose you wouldn't make an offer unless the feedback from the agent was positive. And I would imagine that with Simons in the advanced negotiations, the feedback is that we're not too keen. We're not too keen. We want Chelsea. The priority is Chelsea, and we move from there. Simple as. Simple as. Yeah, Bayern are always going to try, but Simons has always maintained, chat, that his priority is a move to the Premier League. Yes, Bayern could maybe offer more money and more wages, but Simons wants the Premier League. You know, he's done the Bundesliga. Yes, a move to Bayern would get him guaranteed trophies. You're going to be guaranteed Champions League football every single year. But his priority is the Premier League, and we're a long way down the road now with Xavi Simons and Chelsea. Excuse me, and these negotiations, chat. So, yeah, I really don't see how Arsenal or Bayern Munich are going to do any sort of a hijack at all. But we know, like we did with Willian, even when you've had a medical, the transfer is not a guarantee. But yeah, I can't see any of these lot coming in with a mad one. I can't see any of these lot coming in with a mad one. No, I don't think we're waiting for any sales. No, you know, we've got Club World Cup money. You know, we've got money. You know, we've got 52 million for Madueke. We've got money, 25 for Petrovic. We've got 5 for Kepa. Like, we don't need a sale to go through in order for us to make a bid for Simons. No, that absolutely is not the case. We don't need that, chat. We definitely don't need that. So that was that bit there. I mean, look, I don't know what Arsenal are doing. They obviously got Gyökeres in. They've got Madueke. Yeah, they've been looking at Eze. But right now, oh, fair. Fair enough, mate. Look, of course, the aim is to win the Premier League, but we also have to understand where we are at this point in time. We're not ready to win the Premier League yet. In the next couple of seasons, I expect us to get close to winning the title, but we are absolutely heading in the right direction. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. We are heading in the right direction, chap. We're heading in the right direction. You know, that's the reality. 2 trophies in the bag. The team's getting better. We're back in the Champions League, and we're taking positive steps forward. Do I think Sterling to Fulham will happen? Only if he reduces his wage demands. Simple as that. No. Obviously, Vega's move to Atletico fell through because Atletico, it was too much money for them, and they went with David Hanko from Feyenoord instead, who was €6 million cheaper. So they went for him. Fair, respect it. Fair enough, bro. I'm not just going to sit here and go, we're going to win the Premier League, because that would just be disingenuous and me not being honest. We could all sit here and say, oh, we're going to win the Premier League. We've got to be realistic. You know, it's not about having chest. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win the Premier League, because I don't believe that to be the case. I think this team in a couple of years' time will be capable of winning the Premier League. Absolutely. But I'm not going to, if you're asking me now, do I think we're going to win the league next season? Then no, I don't think we're going to win the league next season. That doesn't mean I don't want us to win the league. That doesn't mean I don't think we're capable of challenging. But I don't think any Chelsea fans who are being 100% honest with themselves are genuinely think we're going to win the Premier League. When we do all our season predictions and all that sort of thing, how many Chelsea fans are going to have Chelsea down to win the Premier League? Not very many. Yeah, we are. We do need a top goalkeeper. I absolutely agree on that front. Anyway, so that was that bit. So Arsenal and Bayern Munich are trying to do their best to unsettle Xavi Simons. They can try whatever underhand or dirty tactics they want to try. The reality is that this deal is getting ever closer for the world champions. Now, in terms of a price tag, we have got latest from Sky Germany in terms of a total price. Why are Chelsea penny pinching on Xavi and Hato? No, bro, we're not penny pinching. I don't think we're penny pinching. Not on the Simons deal, anyway. And we will come to, to some sort of agreement. We'll come to some sort of agreement with both players. I'm confident that both deals will go through. Chelsea can. Yes, they can. Of course they can. I'm just saying it in my opinion. I don't think we will. That's all. Of course we're capable and of course we can. But we've also got to be realistic. We last won the Premier League in 2017 under Antonio Conte. Since then, we have not got close to winning the league once or even made a title challenge. These are the facts, and this is the reality of the situation. Bro, why are you underwhelmed? Because Hato is going to be perfect for that backup to Cucurella. Going to be brilliant for the system. Left back can invert into midfield, can overlap as well. And can provide cover at centre back if we need it. I think that's a great signing. And then Simons is one of the most exciting attacking prospects in European football. It gives you something different. He's not an out-and-out winger. Can play from the left drifting. Can play as a number 10. Got loads of experience despite his age. So anyway, this is from Philip Hintzer. Despite negotiations with Chelsea, Xavi Simons is in RB Leipzig starting up for the friendly against Toulouse. Still no agreement reached. Talks are ongoing, while Leipzig continue to demand a total package of 70 million euros, including add-ons. No official bid on the table yet. So 70 million euros, that's total package, add-ons included, chat. So 70 million euros in GBP. So 70 million euros, according to Google, is 61.1 million. So we're looking at just over 60 million. So about 61 million pounds total package for Xavi Simons. Essentially the same price as what João Pedro was. João Pedro was 55 plus 5. I think you're looking at pretty much a similar situation for Simons. We are looking at, again, 55 plus 5, I think, same price. We're looking at same price for Simons as João Pedro. And I think, for me, chat, that is a very, very fair price. I think we'll end up paying 55 plus 5. It'll be 60 million pounds total, however you want to make it up. But I honestly think maybe you might look at 52 plus 8 or whatever, but I think it'll be a 55 plus 5, same as João Pedro. And I think that is very good value for money. Very good market value when you look at what Alanga's gone for. When you look at what Madueke's gone for. When you look at what João Pedro's gone for. When you look at Mbeumo going for 65 plus 5, Xavi Simons is Xavi Simons at 55 plus 5. Xavi Simons at 60 M's total package, I think is really, really excellent value for money. Yeah, guys, smash up the likes. With 240 in the building, 85 likes. Let's get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. And keep subscribing if you are new round here as well. Road to 20,000 subscribers, chat. Every new subscriber helps. So let's smash up the likes, get this to 100. And yeah, keep subscribing. Who? Simons or Hato? Hato will be back up, but he can certainly become competition. And Simons will be... I think Simons will be a starter. Him and Gittins will alternate on that left-hand side. But Simons, for me, is going in as competition, as first team ready. I would say if we had to fill one position, if we could only have one of these guys, it's obviously Jarell Hato, because we're desperate for an alternative and a backup to Marc Cucurella at left back. That's what we need, chat. We're absolutely desperate for that. Absolutely desperate. So Cucurella backup is far more important. So if you're saying to me, which one, if you could only have one of these guys, which one are you having? I'm having Jarell Hato for those reasons. Bro, Simons will play off the left. If you look at how we set, if we're going to continue to play how we played for the last two games of the Club World Cup, where we drifted away from having two out-and-out touchline wingers, where it was maybe one guy staying wide and the other side was sort of either from the left or the right drifting in, more of a left inside forward, more of an inside 10. Xavi Simons is perfect for that role. I don't think we need another left winger. Simons will do that job on the left. It'll be him and Gittins alternating on that slot. Plus, Simons can also provide cover at number 10 as well. To be fair, there's also a club option for us for another year. So technically, there's 2 years left on the contract. But yeah, look, the 50 million quid now is pretty much the starting point for any attacker. For any attacker, 50 million is the starting point. I know that sounds absolutely mental, but that is the case. 50 million is starting point, bare minimum, which is mental. Absolutely mental. Yeah, and that's the important thing, chat. That's the important thing. Having versatility and having multiple options is going to be massive. That period where we struggled sort of between January to March/April, where we were struggling to break those low blocks down, having someone like a Xavi Simons in the team is going to be so key to breaking those low blocks down. So key to have someone like him in there is going to be class. It's going to be class, and it's going to be a huge positive for us. A huge positive. I expect him to get plenty of assists next season if when he joins. I expect goals as well from him. It's going to be great. It's going to be really good, and this is a very special player. Great work rate. Our team may not be as strong as City or Liverpool on paper, but our squad depth is going to be nuts. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? It's not just about having depth now. It's about having the quality in depth. And you can look at Chelsea and you can think, right, do we want Jamie Gittins or Xavi Simons on the left? Do I want Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro, or Xavi Simons in the 10? Do I want Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, Esteval Willian on the right? Do I want Nico Jackson, Liam Delap, or Joao Pedro up front? Look at all these options that we've suddenly got now. All these different things we can do. This is going to be massive for us. Yes, City and Liverpool's first 11s are stronger than ours and better than ours, but our squad depth and the amount of different options we've got and the drop-off from players playing to those on the bench is not huge. That's going to serve us well, and that could become a big advantage come sort of Christmas time, certainly dealing with 4 different competitions as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, chat. It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good, and something that I think is going to hold us in good stead next season. Simons is 22. I mean, look, Chelsea reportedly value Nico Jackson at 80 to 100 million pounds. They're not going to get that money for him, but that is the valuation. Jackson is more than happy to stay. Maresca likes Jackson. The club are happy with Jackson. But obviously, if an offer of that amount of money came in, then you'd be stupid not to accept that amount of money for him. But it's simply not going to come in, that money. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if it's leagues above, but I would say we have got arguably the best midfield in the league. I think that's fair. I do think that's fair. Best midfield in the league. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I honestly think that is the case. Well, and we got a Sugu as well. So yeah. By the way, as well, we got to be so careful when judging players on a pre-season game. This was the first game of pre-season, the first time that Simons would have played football since the end of the season. However long ago that was, 6, 7 weeks, and we're really out here criticising players in the first game of pre-season. Is that what we? Yeah, Bakayoko's good. Really good winger from PSV. I'm surprised that no one else was really in for him. That's a great signing for Leipzig. They got him, Antonio Nusa, Sesko, Openda. Some really exciting talents there. But yeah, this is the situation with Simons, chat. Advanced negotiations with Chelsea owners and the RB Leipzig higher-ups, almost reached an agreement on personal terms. Leipzig want just over £60 million, all in, add-ons included. And Chelsea, the clear favourites. Simple as that. I'm not concerned about this deal not happening, chap. I'm fully backing this deal to happen. And I'd be absolutely shocked if it didn't. Bro, we don't need Morgan Rogers. Where on earth is Morgan Rogers playing in this Chelsea team if you get Xavi Simons? He's not, is he? Yeah, Leao's done really well. And again, he would have been someone that, again, I've said I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he could be that X factor on the left-hand side. Obviously, we're not going to go for him, but he is a very, very good player. A very, very good player. But yeah, that's the latest on Simons, chat. That is the latest on Simons. But let's move away from Xavi Simons and let's talk Nico Jackson, because once again, his name is being linked with a move away. And this time from Craig Hope, who's probably arguably the best Newcastle reporter out there. Nicolas Jackson has been added to the list of attacking targets at Newcastle, which obviously also contains Johan Visser at Brentford, and it also contains Benjamin Sesko at Leipzig as well. No surprise. I mean, I'm surprised it's taken this long in the window for Newcastle and Jackson to be mentioned in terms of a potential move. I'm surprised it's taken us that long to get to this point. I'm not surprised that he's linked. Again, I don't see it happening. Newcastle aren't going to meet the valuation. Jackson is not desperate to move. Chelsea aren't desperate to sell him. So when you have all those three things together, chat, it's not going to happen. But if you were to get a bid of more than 65 million for Jackson, you would be pretty stupid not to accept it. Bro, we have to. If Jackson goes, we have to go in to the market for another centre forward. We have to. That's the reality of the situation. We have to go in for another centre forward if Nico Jackson leaves. We must. Simple as that. Simple as that, chat. Someone else must be brought in. Bro, he's worth way more than that. Yeah, bro, Jackson's staying. Like, I've said it before. I've said it all summer. Unless Jackson wants to leave, he's not going. Yes, I'm all good. I'm all good. Hope you are well. Yeah, if you were getting 65, 70 million, then yeah, I agree. I agree on that. I agree on that. Bro, Yildiz won't come in because why are you replacing a striker with another left wing / number 10 option? Literally makes no sense. You have to go and get a 9. No, he doesn't. He will be gone this summer. I mean, bro, if that's on the table, Jackson, Cash, and Isak, obviously we're doing it. Obviously we're doing it. And you're not going to find any Chelsea fan that would disagree with that. Of course, you're going to do that. I mean, there are a few. But yeah, this is the thing. You are leaving yourself, a bit short in terms of what potential options there are to go and replace Nico Jackson. You are leaving yourself short, chat. That there's no denying that. Absolutely no denying that. People need to forget about Yildiz. People need to forget about Yildiz. No, absolutely not. If you've got Gittins and Xavi Simons, what is the need for Garnacho? What is the need for Alejandro Garnacho if you've got Simons and Gittins? There is no need. I mean, look, I like Benjamin Sesko, and I probably would take him, but from Chelsea's point of view, they've bought Liam Delap in, and they believe that Liam Delap and Benjamin Sesko's play styles are too similar. If Nico Jackson's going to go, you need to bring in a striker of a similar profile to Jackson, which is why someone like an Ekatike was looked at previously, because he's a similar profile and similar attributes to Nico Jackson. However, when you look round the market, what players are available right now in that sort of number 9 position that are similar to Jackson? I'm struggling to think of many. I am struggling to think of many, chat. I don't think there are. Instead of getting rid of Nico Jackson and trying to find another number 9, get me a goalkeeper. Get me a goalkeeper. I don't really. I don't really see why people are so annoyed if Jackson stays. I really don't have an issue with it. This is someone that's got 34 GA across 2 seasons. 34 GA for a backup, for someone who should be a backup striker, is not bad at all. Bro, Jonathan David's already signed for Juve. I mean, look, get me a Marc Maignan, go and get me a Diogo Costa or something. Even Chevalier at Lille, I think, in France is a good choice. I mean, I would have taken Marcin Bolka, but he's obviously gone to Neom in Saudi. Bro, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that because if one striker gets injured and you have to play Morgan Rogers regularly down the middle, he's not a natural striker. He's not a proper striker. Trubin as well, yeah. Marcus Leonardo. Bro, Marcus Leonardo I don't think's leaving Al Hilal, but I mean, I've seen Marcus Leonardo live, Al Hilal versus Al Nassr in Riyadh. Good player. Really good player, Marcus Leonardo. Done well at the Club World Cup, banged goals in the Saudi League last season. Decent player, chat. Decent player. By the way, people, we're 310 in the building, only 129 likes. What are we playing at here? What are we playing at here? Smash that like button. Let's get this up to 200 likes and keep subscribing if you're new round here as well. Road to 20k. But let's run the likes up to 200 and keep smashing the subscribe button, people. Run it up. Run it up. Wait, Julian Alvarez is not coming to Chelsea. Yeah, Diogo Costa would be good. But again, though, it's weird. Diogo Costa seems to be linked with a move away, like quite a lot, and it never happens. I wonder if it's going to be like sort of similar to what happened with Koulibaly in terms of he's constantly linked with a move away. It never happens, and in the 1 year it does happen. Maybe it's maybe it's a bit late. Maybe it's a bit late. You know, that's the thing here, chat. That is the thing here. Well, yeah, because there are no updates. People want updates, and then people moan when the updates are not really that different from the previous ones. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day right now, chat. Yeah, he has been linked. He's been linked. He was linked with Man City earlier in the window as well. Something that doesn't really, make an awful lot of sense. Bro, unfortunately, bro, you're going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting for that one for a while. In my opinion, you're going to be waiting for that one for a while because it's probably not ever going to come. Well, certainly not this summer anyway. Certainly not this summer anyway. Certainly not this summer. So there we go, chat. Jackson's name's always, linked with a move away. It's not happening. I've got no doubt in my mind that he wants to stay and fight for his place at Chelsea. And why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he do that? And also, Nicolas, Jackson, Delap, and Pedro is much better than just Delap and Pedro. How can people not see that, right? The squad is so much better with Jackson in it. Jackson, Delap, Pedro, way better than just Delap and Pedro. How are people not seeing that, chat? How are people not seeing that? That is the question that I've got to ask. How are people not seeing it? Hey, what age verification stuff? I don't set any age verification stuff or anything. What would you mean age verification? Exactly, he won't. Exactly. I'm not saying that Jackson's going to go on a similar redemption arc as such to Cucurella, but yeah, you've got to be careful when you're judging players and mental. And this is the thing, right? Like, Jackson is nowhere near as bad as people make out. And I've said this so many times. Yes, there's flaws, and yes, he's got to improve. This guy is nowhere near as bad as so many Chelsea fans make him out to be. He's a really good footballer. Yes, the finishing needs to improve. Bro, Jackson's not shit. I don't know why people think it, but he's not. He's decent, chat. He is decent. I rate him. I do rate him highly, Nico Jackson. Big Nico Jackson fan. I also think this is fair as well, by the way. Why are we assuming that Delap goes above Jackson straight away? Delap will start the first game of the season because Jackson's banned. And I think Joao Pedro is also banned for the first Premier League game of the season as well. But yeah, Jackson and Pedro, Jackson definitely, Pedro might be banned for it as well. Bro, can we win? We can't really win the league with Delap up front either. So are we meant to sell him as well? Come on. Bro, look the same people that are saying that Jackson's shit are the same ones that were saying how much we miss him when we didn't have him for that 2-month period when he was injured. So what is it? You know, which one is it? What do you want? Yeah, look, Delap can get in behind, but he's not going to run in behind the same way that Jackson does, chat. He's not going to run in behind the same way that Jackson does. Chat, we're 280 in the building, 148 likes. Let's get this up to 200 likes as quickly as possible. Get this up to 200 likes as quickly as possible. Really important. Yeah, Jackson does want to stay. That's what all the reports are saying. Yeah, look, Jackson is worth minimum 60 million. Minimum 60 million. You know, probably more. Yeah, look, potentially, but I think Isak is very, very set on Liverpool. Also, as well, chap, you know, Jackson's just been added to the list. You know, I imagine he's probably behind Sesko and he's probably behind Johan Visser in terms of Newcastle's list of attacking options. Yeah, bro, people are the recency bias that people do when forming their opinions is mad. Is mad. So much recency bias in people's opinions. So much recency bias. You know, it's a mad one. You know, it is a mad one, chap. Exactly, and this is why this is what people don't understand, right? Bro, people are hating on Jackson for 2 red cards, right? And then are not realizing that Liam Delap was the most booked player in the Premier League last season. No player got no player picked up more bookings than Delap last season. Bro, Ekatike's had 1 good season, you know, but I think Jackson scored more league goals than Ekatike last season, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But this is exactly this. So people that are saying sell Jackson, A, who are you buying? Or B, Do you think it's okay to go into the Champions League with Liam Delap and Joao Pedro? Do you think that's okay? No, I wouldn't have done because he wasn't even playing, and Jackson's red card wouldn't have been the reason we missed out on top four. The reason we would have missed out on top four is because we weren't good enough over the course of a season. That's why we would have missed out. Bro, why are you replacing a striker with another left-sided player / number 10? We don't need them anymore. We don't need them anymore. Bro, I don't understand how people think you can go into a season 4 competitions and you think having 2 strikers is fine when one of them's not even a proper striker. Pedro's really a 9.5. So you think it's okay to go into the season with one out-and-out 9 and one player who can play as a 9, but that's not his natural position. Let's use our brains a little bit here, chat. Let's use our brains a bit here. But look, anyway, Jackson is not going anywhere. He'll be here next season. Bro, he'll be on loan. He definitely won't be part of the first team squad this season. Again, no idea. Mate, why would you've literally just signed Liam Delap? Why would you loan out a number 9 to bring in a number 10? Come on, let's think about these things. So you want to get rid of a number 9, so you want to sell Jackson, you want to put Delap on loan, and you want to sign Morgan Rogers. You want to go into the season with Joao Pedro as the only number 9, and he's not even a proper number 9. Surely that's not what you're saying. That can't be it. Let's see. I mean, I don't know much about him at all. I don't know much about him at all. I know he's an England under-19 international. Other than that, yeah, I don't know anything. Yes, odds Nkunku will leave. Nkunku will leave. So yeah, anyway, Jackson's been added to Newcastle's list of targets. Let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see what happens on that one. But as I say, yeah, nobody's made a bid for Nico Jackson. No official bid has come in for Jackson from anyone. So that, as you were. Yeah, bro, I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea. At the moment, very little is going on with Ben Chilwell. Oh, by the way, last thing on Hato, Simons, etc. From Romano before we move on to Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Nothing has stalled or stopped for Hato and Simons. It's just a negotiation. Sometimes you don't close deals in 24 or 48 hours. Chelsea want to spend around 40 million euros for Hato. Ajax want more. My feeling is it will happen, and I have the same feeling for Simons with Xavi. There's two discussions ongoing at the same time. One for him and one for Carney Chukwuemeka. So everybody just needs to calm down. Both these deals are going to happen. It's going to be great, chat. We're going to get these players in, and they're going to be valuable members of the squad. So that is that. Bro, unfortunately, Chilwell is well past it for us. Well past it for us. Grateful for what he's done at the club, but yeah, it's more than time to move on. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. You know, he could be done first. Could absolutely be done first. No doubt whatsoever. But yeah, let's move away from all that stuff and let's have a look at the future of Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Because we knew there was interest from Fulham, and Ben Jacobs has reported that Fulham made a formal approach to sign Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall from Chelsea. It follows an inquiry from West Ham earlier in the window. Chelsea value Dewsbury-Hall as a squad player, not a name they are actively looking to sell. But an exit is possible at the right price. Would need to be more than the 30 million Chelsea paid Leicester. And if it needs to be more than the 30 million pounds that Chelsea paid Leicester, that again puts, in my opinion, I don't see anyone paying that. I don't see anyone paying that, chap. Who's paying that, by the way? Who is paying that? Because I don't think anyone's paying that. If we're being brutally honest here, I don't think anyone's paying that, chap. Alicia Keys, no one is paying that. But you know what? I actually like Dewsbury-Hall. I actually like him. I like him. You know, I bumped into him out in New York in Central Park. Had a brief chat with him. Seems a lovely guy. You know, and has proven himself to be a really valuable squad player, particularly at the back end of the season. Was great in the Conference League, and he made some important contributions in the Club World Cup as well. And if Dewsbury-Hall wants to be here, which he does, and if he's happy with the role that he's going to have, then he can be an important member of the squad. And I don't really see any issue with him staying around the place. What is the problem with keeping Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall at Chelsea? Why is there an issue? Exactly this. He does a job. He does a job. And yes, Dewsbury-Hall is good enough to be going and playing week in, week out as a regular in the Premier League for a Fulham, a West Ham, or a Brighton, or wherever it might be. But if he wants to stay at Chelsea and fight for his place and be a squad player and whatnot, then I've got no issue with that. He works hard. He gives 100% when he comes on. He makes the most of his opportunities, and he doesn't make a fuss about not playing. And yeah, for me, what more could you possibly want? So again, it depends what offer comes in. Obviously, if an offer of 30 plus million comes in, you'd be silly not to accept it. But again, a lot of it's going to come down to what is Dewsbury-Hall's preference. And I think that Dewsbury-Hall's preference is to stay at Chelsea. I think his preference is to stay at Chelsea. You know? We'll see. Yeah, Victor Gyökeres is officially an Arsenal player now as well. Not that anyone's really that bothered about that. But yeah, look, Dewsbury-Hall, by all means, stay. If he goes, he goes. But he's one of those where I really not got any issue with him staying at all. No issue at all. You know, I think it's a pretty, I don't know, I think it's a pretty decent move. I think it's a pretty decent move for him to stay. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So let's wait and see if Fulham come in with an actual bid for Dewsbury-Hall. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But as I said, I'm okay with him staying. I'm okay with him staying, chap. People, we're 25 likes away from 200. There's still 238 in the building. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's get this up to 200 likes. It's free. It takes seconds to do. So, yeah, run it up, run it up. Sterling to Fulham, I don't see it. Unless he wants to remain in the Premier League in London, in which case it's probably one of the better options available to him. But yeah, we have to see, chap. We have to see. Bro, there's a total difference to playing a number 9 in the Championship than there is to playing a number 9 for a top club in the Premier League. I don't think any of us can sit here and say we'd be happy with Morgan Rogers playing number 9 in the Champions League or playing number 9 away at Liverpool or whatever it might be. Yeah, Sterling's been offered to Napoli, but as of yet, you know, nothing's come of that. But Sterling has been offered to Napoli, chap. Has been offered. Rock, I don't think we will go for a goalkeeper this window. I don't think we will. Yes, there's still 5 weeks or so of the window left, but there's been no links to a goalkeeper whatsoever. None. No links at all, chap. So yeah, you know, there's been nothing. There's been nothing at all in that regard. And so let's wait and see. Hold on a second. You know, we were talking about Donnarumma earlier in the show, and I mentioned Chevalier as a possibility for Chelsea. Apparently, according to L'Equipe, PSG have reached an agreement in principle with Lucas Chevalier on a 5-year contract. Lille wants at least 40 million euros. If PSG are going for Chevalier surely not going to PSG to be a number 2. He would be going there to be a number 1. So a PSG selling Donnarumma? Are they? Because that's an interesting one. Chevalier is given the green light to join. No, bro. Chevalier to Chevalier to PSG is not fake news. Let me just bring this up from Sacha Tavlieri. He's been pretty fucking good in this transfer window. Fair play to him. As revealed exclusively, discussions confirmed with PSG for Lucas Chevalier. The Lille goalkeeper. So Lille are now negotiating with PSG, and they're looking for a goalkeeper to replace him. New meetings scheduled in the coming days to reach an agreement. Chevalier has given his green light. So, as I said, chat, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Donnarumma is going to be available this summer. Maybe Donnarumma will be available this summer. I would take Donnarumma at Chelsea because Donnarumma is one of the world's best goalkeepers. And he is definitely better than Robert Sanchez. However, again, the issues that I could see for Chelsea if Donnarumma legitimately became available is that his wages are going to be mad. Wages are going to be absolutely mad. So, I don't know what's going to happen here. But Lucas Chevalier, 23 years of age. Donnarumma, 26. Does that mean that Donnarumma's going? Yeah, chat, it looks like it. It looks like it. Hold on. I mean, chat, what are you saying? Are you selling would you want Donnarumma at Chelsea? Breaking. PSG reached an agreement in principle with Chevalier. The club wants to sign Chevalier before selling Donnarumma. City and United are interested in Donnarumma. Well, City have signed James Trafford, so I don't think they'll be going for Donnarumma. Man United will definitely be interested in Donnarumma. No doubt about it. United will 100% be looking at Donnarumma. But, yeah. Maybe Donnarumma is available. Maybe he is going to be available. Chelsea going for Donnarumma is a different conversation. But, chat, looks like Donnarumma could be on his way out of PSG this summer. Really does look like it. Very interesting. Wow, yeah. I tell you what, where I could absolutely see Donnarumma ending up. You could see Donnarumma at a club like Galatasaray. You could absolutely see Donnarumma at a club like Galatasaray, chat. No doubt about it. Who said they want 40 million euros for Donnarumma? No one said that. I don't really know what the issue with Jorgensen is. I mean, he's not been that bad when he's played. I don't really know. Yeah, I'll be going for Donnarumma as well. I mean, don't again get presented with an opportunity to sign a top goalkeeper and then don't take it. You know, we've got to be doing it. Yeah, as I said, Galatasaray. No surprise to see Galatasaray linked. Bro, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, this is something that I didn't really expect. By the way, I'm not thinking under any circumstances that he's gonna turn up at Chelsea. Not at all. Um, no, Donnarumma is 26. For a goalkeeper, that's fine. For a goalkeeper, that's pretty good in my opinion. Chat, 15 likes away. 15 likes away from 200. Please smash that like button. Let's get this up to the 200 likes mark. Bro, well, Donnarumma is, I mean, look, Donnarumma is a much better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez. Much better. So yeah, we'll see, chat. We'll see on that. Definitely one to keep an eye on. But it does appear that PSG are going to look to cash in on Donnarumma this summer. It certainly appears that way, chat. Certainly appears that way. Yeah, bro, I think we're like 80 odd away. I think it's 80 subscribers away from 17.6. So we're moving in the right direction, chat. But every new subscriber helps. If you are new around here, please hit the subscribe button. But most importantly as well, smash that like. We're 14 away from 200. Let's get this to 200, chat. Come on, people. His wages on, well, no, not crazy, but I suppose for us they are. But yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Potential, chat. Potential. I'm very intrigued. Yeah. Interesting. Yes, big up, bro. Big up. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, chat. That's certainly I don't say put a spanner in the works. It doesn't put a spanner in the works, but it's certainly an interesting one. I mean, potentially. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. Probably Magic Mike's. I think he's probably suit us better. But look, I'll be honest, guys. I'll be happy with either one. Either one, I would be happy with. Either one of them, I'm taking. But yeah, let's be perfectly clear here, chat. I think we know that we're probably not getting any. We're probably getting neither of them. I think we're currently getting neither of them. That's what I'm saying. That's my prediction. We're not going to get either of them, and Robert Sanchez will be number one next season. So there we are. That's what I think is going to happen, chat. That's what I think is going to happen. What else is going on? What else is going on? I mean, we are just kind of waiting for this Hato and Simons stuff to get wrapped up. But a goalkeeper would be fantastic. And, you know, if there's that opportunity there, chat, to sign Donnarumma, surely you're taking it. Surely you're taking it. You have to. Like, how often do you get a chance to sign two top quality keepers in one summer? We've already messed up on one. If there's a genuine chance for us to get another one, you have to take it, chat. You must. You must take it. You know? You must take that opportunity. In my opinion, you have to. In my opinion, you must do that, chat. But yeah, hey. Let's see how it pans out. But I think we know what's going to happen here. I think we know what's going to happen here, chat. It's going to be very interesting. Bro, we're not going for Isak because we've got our strikers already. 100%. Well, he's fine. He's fit. And he's going to be ready and available for the start of the season. That's what's happening with Wesley Fofana. That's what's happening with Wesley Fofana. By the way, chat, please smash that like button. 8 away now from 200. We're closing in. We're closing in. There's definitely 8 of you who haven't smashed that like button. So, get to work, chat. Get to work. 8 likes away from 200. That should be done. I'll try and do a click like that. Instantly, chat. Instantly. Bro, there's not really much point in signing Mignan on a free next summer. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there is a point, but surely, why would you wait until next season when we need a goalkeeper this season? Do you know what I mean? Why would you wait? Yeah, I think he has. Not really a surprise. Not really a surprise that. Not really a surprise at all. If we're being honest, if we're being totally honest with ourselves, that is not a surprise. I mean, yeah. We need to pay the money. We need to pay the money, chap. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. Yeah. Potential opportunities. Market opportunities are opening up for us. Market opportunities opening up for the Chelsea chat. They're opening up. I mean, to be fair, like, it is a concern at how the sporting directors, how many big deals, like the big dogs, about to come in and help seal. It's not great, that, is it? It's not great, seemingly, our inability to close out big deals. You'd want that to be better, wouldn't you? You'd want our ability to close out big deals to be better than it currently is. Because right now, if we're honest with ourselves, chap, it's not great, is it? It's not great, our ability to close out deals. Bro, if we did that, I would agree with you. That would be a phenomenal window. That, honestly, I probably would give that summer window a 9 or 10 out of 10 if we got them. You know, it would be ridiculous, really, when you think about it, if it ended up being Delap, Gittins, Pedro, Simons, Hato, Donnarumma. If those were the 6 signings, I'd be looking at that and I'd be thinking, fuck, that's a seriously, seriously good window. Plus, get the players out that we need to sell as well. I think that's moving in the right direction. I mean, this summer is shaping up to be a very, very good window, but it could be exceptional if we do the right thing. It could be exceptional, chap. It could be exceptional. Yeah, easy to forget about Gittins because he's not yet played for us. But look, I'm hoping he'll be really good. But the reality is we don't really know how good he's going to be. But I hope he is going to be great for us. I'm hoping he's going to be great for us, chap. I'm hoping he'll be great. So we will see. Yes, big up, big up. When did the Blues get back? August 4th. They're due back in training August 4th. Yes, big up, bro. Strasbourg aiming for a top 5 finish in Liga next season, you know, and I don't see why they can't. So, pre-season, we're playing Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan on the 8th and 10th of August. We return to training on the 4th, and then the 8th and 10th of August, we play Leverkusen on the 8th, Friday night, and we play AC Milan on the 10th on a Saturday afternoon. So yeah, those will be the pre-season preparations, chat. Done and dusted. So there will be no pre-season tour. We'll all be staying at Cobham, playing a couple of games at Stamford Bridge, and that'll be that. And given, you know, we've done all the Club World Cup stuff, long season. There's no need for any pre-season, any more travelling in the pre-season. None at all. Bro, we're not getting Garnacho. We can relax on that one. We can absolutely relax on that one. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, the Visit Malta Weekender. I don't really know what that's to do with. I don't know what it's in conjunction with, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. I think, look, he's got pace for sure, but yeah, I mean, I've not looked at the stats about where he was ranking or anything like that. I wasn't keeping an eye on that. Oh, yeah. I am pretty certain. I am pretty certain that that will be the case. I am pretty certain. Yeah, we should do. Yeah, I would imagine we will do. Yep. Champions League draw next month as well. Yeah, I don't think we will. Obviously, never say never, but I don't think we will. Yeah, Simons is going to be great for us. I'm really believing in the Simons. Still really confident. I think it's going to be fantastic for us, chat. Think it's going to be fantastic for us. I really do. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up for all the love this evening. Appreciate each and every single one of you in the chat. Big yourselves up. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night wherever you are in the world. On the way out, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new around here. That's all I ask. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'll be back again tomorrow with all the latest Chelsea news. Let's see what happens in the next 24 hours. This kit is Al Ali from the Saudi Pro League. That is the kit. Ivan Toney on the back, my guy. Yes, big up, brother. So yeah, guys, thanks for the support. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let's see what the next 24 hours has got in store for us. I'll be back again tomorrow night. Catch you lot then. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Peace.